the News Channel 20 Sports Desk, sponsored by Route 66 Solar.
Over the past summer months with the Olympics, Euros, Copa America, and the coming start of high school, college, and professional soccer seasons, we wanted to connect with University of Illinois Springfield soccer coaches, Coach Graham Shaw and Scott Myers, who both start their first seasons at the helm this year. Now, the coaches took some time to break down the sport and make it more digestible, so here is that first part, some of the basic understandings of soccer. We have a couple X's drawn on the board here for a very simple formation, so I'll kind of hand it over to you guys and have you explain in basics what is a formation when it comes to soccer.
On the board you can see the basic formation is a 4-4-2, so you'd have a line of 4 defenders, 4 midfielders and obviously 2 forwards, and there's a lot of variations in formations, but it's basically how you set up on the pitch.
And then in terms of a formation, what would determine whether a team would change from this generic 4-4-2 to maybe having 3 forwards or an extra defender or something along those lines?
Yeah, I think just looking at today's game with the United States women versus Germany in the Olympics, they changed after they scored a goal in extra time. They changed to a 5-back. They wanted to protect their lead, so they did. And so they can move players around to be as fluid as they want.
Maybe explain tactics very briefly first, and then what kind of things would a tactic be? What kind of instructions would a player receive?
Every coach has their own philosophy. This is the way we play. This is how we look. But then you look at what is the opponent going to do to try to stop us from doing that, and so we have to adjust within our players.
Defensively, tactics, you'd have certain players that do certain roles in the formation. So if you've got the midfield 4, it could be that one of the midfielders ends up jumping a little bit higher when the opposition have the ball, so you end up changing the dynamic. But
do teams play multiple formations during a game? Or does one formation adapt throughout the game? Is that a better way to say it?
I think that's probably the better way to say it. You have your general philosophy of the way you play, and then based off an opponent, based off of what you've seen in film and your own team's training sessions, you're going to adjust off of it.
You see in the modern game, there's so many ways that teams will change when they have the ball. You see so many teams now, they have one of the fullbacks steps into midfield to create a number up in midfield. So the formation is the starting point, like Scott said at the very beginning, and then there's so many interchangeable formations that again depend on with the ball and without the ball.
Now, we will keep the Explaining Soccer story going tomorrow. There is much more, even more, to the answers we've already shown. So once it's concluded later this week, you can catch the entire thing up on our website. But for now, that does it for sports. I'm Sammy.
Thanks for watching. Stick around by subscribing today and don't miss a single video.